Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Tripp, and we are coming at you with the Wwe reaction of WrestleMania 34. It was just. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to wonder, like, what the hell is going on here? Are they, are the WWE just trying to just, right? I mean, is it? I said right. I'm saying stuff in my mind. Let's talk about this. And what I may do, usually I go in order. I might just jump around with some shit here. And I'm going to start off with just the Universal Championship match with Reigns and Lesnar. And Lesnar won. And my thing is like, because someone, looking on Twitter, and somebody said it on Twitter, are they just now the only thing they're going to be doing is they are just doing whatever they want to do so that it doesn't, so that it's not predictable. Is that what they're doing? That it's not predictable. I guess I gotta tell you, this made no sense. It really didn't. Like all of this, and all of they're doing, and all of the stuff that they were doing, and to like build up Roman Reigns and all of the stuff that they were doing and everything like that, and they had Roman Reigns kick out of the F5 4 times, and they still didn't, and Brock Lesnar still won. I mean, I'm at this point. I just don't know. I really don't. I don't know what they are doing. Yeah, and I think they may have some right theories. They might, have some the people that I just talked about. That might be one of the theories that they are. The only thing they're doing, they are just trying to get, trying not to have it be so predictable. They're trying to work the crowd. But then why do what, they could have put John Cena in that match. They could have put anybody else in that match. But why would you then just put Roman Reigns in that match? For what reason? If he wasn't going to win it. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not necessarily sure what they are thinking, what they are doing. It's just really, really stupid. And they had Brock Lesnar do the elbows and bust open, and bust open, Roman Reigns. And again, I'm not I don't know what that was about either. I'm not sure what none of that was about. So it's just. It was, I don't know. So let's talk about some of the other things. By my account, and by the way, I had the match at 2.5 stars, and so yeah, I don't know what the hell they were doing. That's actually I will go in order this time. I'll go back to the kickoff show, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We had Matt Hardy end up winning it with help from Bray Wyatt, and now apparently Bray Wyatt is woken along with him. So that was interesting. We'll see where they go with it with Matt Hardy. The cruiserweight, it's kind of hard to rate battle royals, but I give it a thumbs up. It was entertaining, and then I enjoyed it. The cruiserweight title match with Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander was good. I think it had some great spots. They try to tell this story of with Mustafa Ali being the heart and Cedric Alexander being the soul, and why the brother got to be the soul? But being the of the 205 live division and everything like that, and so Cedric hit the lumbar check and he won. Added it 3.25 star. So the women's battle royal, it was just a clusterfuck from the beginning. But and so this is what I don't get. I understand why you would want to put the WrestleMania show on, not the WrestleMania show. What am I trying to say? You would want to, why you would want to have like a kickoff show on USA for WrestleMania. I understand that. I think that's maybe even a good idea. But the possibility for those that don't have the network, you could see what you're missing, and you could maybe want to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to buy it. So things like that. But if you are going to do that, then you need to, then you really need to like make it commercial free, just like it's as commercial free as you can get, because even the thing on the WWE network isn't commercial free. The kickoff show you still get commercials on the kickoff show. Usually those commercials are for like WWE things or WWE sponsors, but make it as commercial free as you can, because they just really it was clusterfuck. Becky Lynch got a thing, and she came out, and then all the other women, came out, and then Bayley came out, and then Sasha Banks came out, and at some point they decided also to show a commercial for the Paige's new movie, you know, and doing that. So and then it started out, and then you know they started off having like jumping on Carmella, and then they jumped on Dana Brooke, and then like the NXT girls were all, and it was just a clusterfuck of all clusterfucks, and like I put on Twitter, it was a clusterfuck, but not like the good clusterfuck. Like last night, the triple threat tag match was a good clusterfuck. This was nowhere near. So, yeah. So, big thumbs down for this one. I said maybe it'll be better next year. Because you know, Naomi won it. Naomi won, but it was just a clusterfuck. And I apologize for yawning, y'all. I just, you know, I can't seem to really get any good sleep anymore, and it's just, and I'm just so fucking tired. And then like I gotta try and go to school and shit. Go to school tomorrow, and it's just God. It is. I fucking hate it. I really do. I can't. Yeah, I can't believe it either, Brian. I mean, you know, I was saying this earlier. You know, they did all of this stuff. The night after WrestleMania last year, you know, they talked about. No, they had Paul Heyman. They had him do that promo where he talked about Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, the two in whatever the number was, 23 and 2, I guess it was. You know, they had all that. They talked about all that, and then everything they built up to it. You know, they built everything up, built Roman Reigns up, and then built, you know, everybody who faced Brock Lesnar couldn't kick out of the F5 because we knew that Roman Reigns was going to kick out of the F5. And they did all of that, and they built all of that stuff up. They went all through all of that stuff. We're trying to get Roman Reigns to get, you know, to get there, and all of that. And he still doesn't win. And, you know, I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, and they even took away his you know, his retirement, the Undertaker, for fuck's sake. I'm probably sure he probably doesn't care, because, you know, he's probably got great respect for the Undertaker. So, but they you know, they took that away. You must be like, Jesus Christ, it is 5:34 a.m. Oh my. So like, you must be like over in London somewhere, I guess, right? Or somewhere in Europe, probably. Because yeah, it's like I said, it's like 11:35 here, and so it you know, so means you stayed up for a 5-hour show, and if you watched the thing, you must have been the pre-show. You're talking about 5 or 7 hours, you know, 7 8 hours. You know, I'm not sure. They certainly do that. They certainly change their minds at the last minute. But, you know, I don't know. Ireland. Okay, yeah. Ireland. But so yeah, so like, yeah. I don't know exactly what they were thinking or what they were doing. I really just don't know. So obviously we'll find out tomorrow and see what's going down. But I am just You didn't watch Future, just watch WrestleMania. Yeah, but that was probably the smart thing to do. Because these WrestleManias are they are going on pretty long, and so I kind of think that's and I'm sitting here, in my house, in my my couch or on my chair here. We talking about those guys in New Orleans sitting through all of that, sitting through 8 hours of that show. And don't get me wrong, like when the show started, like the first 3 out of 4 matches, the Intercontinental title match, the SmackDown Women's title match, and the mixed tag match it was pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome, because throughout and then they did the U.S. title match in between, and that wasn't kind of, that kind of didn't get going. But the first 2 matches were pretty excellent, and so you were thinking, wow. So you got AJ Styles coming up, you got you got a couple other matches that could be really, really good, really entertaining, and it kind of just went down after the Ronda Rousey match. It really did. It kind of just went downhill. And so, now the most one I was surprised at was the AJ Styles Nakamura match. There was part of me that was wondering, would they have them not go all out like they would probably usually go? Well, listen. That's true. That's true. I mean, listen. Brock is going to be a draw. Brock is going to be a draw. Brock is going to make money for them. So, if he stays with WWE, I can understand that they could keep the title on him. Yeah, the first 3 or 4 matches, the 3 out of 4 matches were good, really good. And especially like when you talk about the mixed tag match with Rousey and Angle and Stephanie and Triple H. Now I know that Angle and Triple H probably put the match together. They went Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, old school. They probably sat down and planned each and every part of the match, and went over it with Rousey and with Stephanie. And they planned, we're gonna do this here, and after that, and that, because it did really go pretty seamlessly. It did go pretty seamlessly for that match. So I thought it was a real good match, but after that, it just kind of seemed to go downhill. Then the kind of title match kicked it off. I thought that was great. It was a good way to get the crowd hot. Seth Rollins won, and it was a really good way. I felt, I thought it was a really good way to get the crowd off. I was actually wondering, if they would put AJ and Shinsuke to at the beginning, so for that very same reason, Well, I thought we all were. I think we all thought that Shinsuke was going to beat AJ, just because, kind of thought, put the title on him, but tonight was, a lot of things happened tonight that I didn't think were going to happen. I thought Asuka would win. I was almost certain, even though I would not disagree with it, but I was almost certain that they were going to go ahead and for next year, WrestleMania 35, build for Rousey and Asuka to fight and maybe have both of them be undefeated, but Asuka lost tonight, so. And there was no cash in in either match from Carmella. So I'm hoping, I'm hoping that what they plan to do is they plan to have her cash in maybe within these next couple of weeks. Yeah, it was good. I have that at 4 stars. I have the SmackDown Women's title match between Charlotte and Asuka and the mixed tag match as being a tie for the best match tonight. I had both of those matches at 4.25 stars. I really thought they were just incredible, and they were. And then the mixed tag match just surprises me, right? It just surprised me. You knew that was going to go down, and you thought that it might be respectable. You didn't just expect it to be that good, and it was just out of this world. And congrats to everybody in that match for really putting on a show. They really put on one hell of a show. It kind of does wonder now that maybe they should have put that on in the main event. Now you can always say, well, you put that on in the main event, maybe Rousey's not, maybe she's a little bit more nervous than she was. She would have been more nervous, or Miss Stephanie, the same thing. But it would have been better because I don't know. Just again, the whole thing with Brock Lesnar and the main event. And listen, I'm not one of these people that says that that I want a part-time champion. I come from the days where the champion didn't defend the title every time. He wasn't on TV all the time. And pay-per-views. So we had Bret Hart in '94. Bret Hart, he won the title at Mania in April, and he defended it. I don't even think he defended. He had like the next time he defended it was at the King of the Ring. I don't remember him on Superstars or Monday Night Raw defending it from after WrestleMania. So so the part-time stuff, I don't think that's anything needs to be done with. But I definitely did not want to see him maintain it. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Well, yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that, because that is one thing that the WWE does now. They definitely don't wait for builds for they don't do long builds anymore. They did it with this Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar. This was basically still the build from WrestleMania 31. So this was but they do short builds. Yeah, the mixed tag match was a great match. Totally was. SmackDown Women's title match was a great match. And the title match was a great match. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think Daniel Bryan got a pretty big pop. He really did. I think he got a pretty big pop. And that was okay. And again, I just confused. I didn't know exactly what they were going to do. Were they going to let Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win, or with Daniel Bryan coming back, were they actually were they going to give him his night? And that's what kind of happened. The one thing I didn't want to see happen, I didn't want to see Daniel Bryan turn heel, or I didn't want to see Shane McMahon turn heel, because they are authority figures, and the one thing that I'm really getting tired of is heel authority figures. I just am. I'm so tired of it. And then again, you really gotta stop it with the Stephanie McMahon stuff. I know that she likes, she likes to play, the heel and everything. Like she has fun doing it, but this is not for her fucking fun. And with all due respect, I'm glad she likes it. I'm glad she has fun, doing it and playing a role and everything like that. But it's just it's so effing tiring of her going out there and just, So yeah, Daniel Bryan did it. He got the pop of the night, and he was really good. I thought he was really good. I had that match at about 3 stars. It was just pretty much an average match, and so it's gonna be interesting to see what they go on now that Daniel Bryan is cleared. What does he do from now on? Because his contract is up at the end of September. So are they going to re-sign him and keep him? Is he gonna wrestle a couple times and then have a lose-release WWE match, and then he'll leave and go to the Indies where he can do short things. He can do he can make his own schedule and bookings and things like that. Because I think one of the things that he was talking about, he was talking about coming back was that he would do he would change his style of wrestling, and he wouldn't wrestle as much as before. It wouldn't be like an every week thing, and I think that would be good for him. And so it's actually good for a lot of the wrestlers. It really is. They don't need to be wrestling every night. I think I think you may see that more if they can ever get Monday Night Raw to get down to 2 hours. So yeah, so let's talk about the SmackDown Women's title. I thought this was incredible. I thought both girls put their heart and souls in it. I love the interest from Charlotte. The Ric Flair music, going into her music, I thought was great. The opening match was good. I thought Charlotte proved that she was game for Asuka, and she won. She beat Asuka with the figure 8 letter, which shocked a lot of people. Once again, we got the crowd shocking, and I was wondering if there was a heel turn coming there, and it wasn't. We actually got the heel turn. He actually got the heel turn later in the night. And I had no problem with John Cena at the end of the match coming out of the crowd and running up the ramp like a madman, going to put on his thing. So he put on his gear. So I had, like I said, I had it about 4 2/4 stars. 4 1/4 star. The U.S. title match was just, it's kind of interesting. You kind of wonder. I'm starting to wonder now if maybe some of the Randy Orton stuff is starting to become true. Because I wonder maybe Randy Orton kind of brings down people. I kind of started to wonder like that, because this match should have been better. Steady Man thinks Vince. Oh, I think she's Vince. I hear that. They definitely know that. Yeah, well, I don't know what Stephanie McMahon really thinks. There is this perception about her, like kind of like you have, where it almost as if she, there's a perception that some people out there think that she is the end all be all, and she has this big thing about her that she can never, put herself in the way, because there was always the thing about Vince. Vince may have been, injected into a storyline. Vince may have been the storyline, whatever. But Vince got what he was wanting to. He got what was coming to him. And and he tried to tell that to Bob Costas one evening, if you remember that. And he got in Bob Costas' face. So she is not Vince. She is not. So we'll see. The one, but where I just want just no heel authority. If she wants to be a heel character, fine. Then let her be some type of manager for people. Let her be some type of, for the women or for the men, whatever. She can be a heel that way. Just no more heel authority figures. And I would almost be willing to say no more authority figures, at least like major ones. Again, I grew up in an era where Jack Tunney, was rarely seen. He was only on television for like the big things. So oh, you talking about Daniel Bryan? Well, I'll say this. That's the reason why Roman Reigns, I believe Roman Reigns gets booed the way he does. Because I think that 4 years ago, right, they saw Daniel Bryan as being the guy that would take over from John Cena as being the top guy. And they quickly went from Daniel Bryan to Roman Reigns. And fans have not liked that. And the fans are, a lot of them are just, blinded with hate and cynicism that they don't see what's in front of them. And it is just the absolute, I guess I normally don't even, talk to a lot of these people. But I had to respond to one of them on Twitter. There's a minute ago, I was looking through somebody's tweets, and he was talking about, somebody said something about, they felt bad for Roman because he's kind of had 4 bad, main events the last 4 years, and kind of wasn't his fault. And kind of, in all honesty, it kind of wasn't. The 31 one was okay. The one at 32 with Triple H was just, again, it was, they tried to make it into some type of, epic, and it wasn't. It never should have been. And then, last year, Undertaker he wasn't in good enough shape. He wasn't healthy enough for it. And then, this year, it is true. Lesnar, and he does the suplexes and everything, and he does the F5s, and that's it. Does it, and so there's not a lot of things that he does, and on one hand that's okay, but on the other hand it's it does get kind of tedious. So and then somebody tweeted and said, well, he sucks. The reason why the last games sucks. And the guy tweeted, no, he doesn't suck. He doesn't suck. And then the guy tweets back, well, no, you just, blah, blah, blah. And, why don't you make, you just keep making excuses for him. So I had to write him back. No, you can't look past your hatred for him because he's not the guy that you want to be on top. So, whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't have done it. I really wouldn't have. You know, again, you know, the Undertaker last year was supposed to be retired. You know, it was supposed to be retired. That was what, you know, even though he didn't say it, and it was never said, but with the way that he did everything, the way he really took off his gloves and his hat and everything, and left him in the ring. To me, that signals that he was not going to, you know, wrestle again. And then the fact that he kind of did with the match that he had with Cena, which wasn't really a match, it was just a squash thing. You know, whatever that was, so whatever. So you know. So yeah, and actually now everybody's talking about that what happened tonight was just the kickoff to them having a match next year at WrestleMania, Cena and Undertaker. And again, I'm just, he should have been retired. He's 50 some odd years old. He really doesn't need, you know, it's time for him. You know, he can retire. He doesn't need to keep coming back. And the SmackDown Tag Team title match was, you know, that was just, you know, again, you know, it had to follow the mixed tag match, so, and that was probably not good. So I think they kind of knew that. Everybody kind of knew that, so they just kind of had them do kind of like some big spots. They kind of didn't really have them try to do any type of actual storytelling. It was just a bunch of spots put together, you know, for this and that. Bludgeon Brothers ended up winning the tag title, so that's how I think that went down. I had it at 2.5 stars. And then, of course, Cena, that we just talking about, Cena Undertaker squash. Could have did without that. Daniel Bryan and against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, 3 stars. You know, glad to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring. Then we had the Raw Women's title match. Now, I had predicted that because now they are going to the co-branded pay-per-views, there's no longer going to be a Raw pay-per-view or a SmackDown pay-per-view. Both, they're going to be one pay-per-view and then both brands, matches from both brands on the pay-per-view. So because of that, excuse me, jeez. Because of that, I kind of thought that maybe what might happen is during the Raw Women's match, maybe they would do something where Nia Jax, you know, take out her frustration on Alexa Bliss so much, it got herself DQ'd, and she left Alexa Bliss land. And then Carmella would come out with the Money in the Bank, and then she would cash in on Alexa and win the title. Now that did not happen. Nia Jax won. She beat Alexa Bliss, and there was no cash in either match. I understand that for a bit. That was one of the things that I did have with John Cena. I always thought that maybe that did happen with John. That John Cena would lower himself down to, guys. He would, you're right. He wouldn't. He couldn't help somebody and make them have them a good match. That when he had a match, with AJ Styles, when he had a match with Randy Orton, or when he had a match with whoever, it was a good match. You know, it was a good match. But if he had a match with Jinder Mahal, let's say, it wasn't good. So, maybe, but I don't know. And we should have known because once Undertaker was not announced, because Undertaker really did retire, he would have been in the Hall of Fame this year. Yeah, so that should have been, once Undertaker was not immediately announced in the Hall of Fame, and it ended up being Goldberg, it should have been, and we should look at that cockeyed. But back to like your earlier comment, Roman Reigns, I do not agree with. Roman Reigns, he does get in the ring and have matches with good people, and he brings other people up to good matches. The matches he has had with Samoa Joe, and the matches that he has had with The Miz and Finn Balor and other things, he gets in the ring and he goes. He's one of the best workers in this business. And so I disagree with Roman Reigns. John Cena, I can see that for a little bit. Yeah, without question, he is. He's one of the best performers in the last 30 years. And a lot of people say he is the only person that could get that gimmick over. He's the only. If someone else would have gotten that gimmick, it would not have worked. But the fact that it was the Undertaker, it did work, and he made it work, and he even made it work when he after he switched and he came back to being the Dead Man. It worked. So yeah, Undertaker is a legend, and but I don't need to see him in the ring anymore. I really don't. And like we talked about the WWE Championship match, I had that at 2 3/4 stars. I just, I'm not sure. They might have done that intentionally so that we can get the match and then have the heel turn, and then they would have set up like Backlash, which is the next pay-per-view. Backlash, maybe they have the classic there, or who knows? Maybe they'll even somehow get to next year's WrestleMania, and they'll have this match again, and then we'll get the classic. So. We will have to see. So, the worst match tonight has to go to the Raw tag match with Braun Strowman and his mystery partner going up against the Bar. I rated it 1.5 star. But that's just because on the wrestling part. But entertainment value wise, this was the funniest thing in the world to me. It really was. So they go out and he goes out and he needs a partner, and his partner is going to be a member of the WWE Universe. And who is he going to be? Is it you? And he goes out, he finds his kid, takes his kid out of his seat, and then he just goes in and it's just the funniest damn thing. And listen, it's got to be like some type of plant, right? I mean, like I said, like he knows Braun Strowman. He's some type of, he's related to Braun Strowman, or he is like some producer's kid, or he is some wrestler's cousin, or wrestler's nephew, or something, right? And it couldn't just really be he pulled somebody from the crowd. that does not happen. And it was the funniest thing ever. and he gets on the ring, and then like he tags him in, and then he gets in the ring, and he goes, "Oh shit!" and he tags back out. And then Braun Strowman finishes up, and he finishes up the match, and he wins, and he's the tag champion, and it was just the greatest thing ever. I was looking on Twitter, and WWE stats and info. They even had him like, dude. I mean, well, I don't know if John Cena needs the right dance partner. Listen, I would say that could be everybody. Everybody needs the right dance partner. I mean, listen, even, you know, even guys like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart and Kurt Angle and many others, you know, who were some of the greatest in-ring performers of all time. Even they had clunkers with, you know, with a guy who just, you know, who they didn't have the chemistry with, or whatever, or you know, so you know, it's you know, that can be said for anybody. What I was just saying is that I just think that John Cena can, you know, John Cena, you know, kind of like you said. I don't know if you're trying to get a classic, you know, if you're trying to get a classic from John Cena, and you think that he, and let's just say for sake, Jinder Mahal, you know, if you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna give them 25 minutes to go out there in the ring and try to create a classic, it's not gonna happen. It's not really gonna happen. So. Yeah, well, yeah, it could be. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if there's any type of delay or anything like that. But yeah, because I do like talking, and you have come back up. So you know, it may just be like the thing I'm using or anything like that. What I did see was that YouTube is now, what they had done now in the past is that you needed to have some type of other thing to use to live stream. Like you needed, like some people live stream with you now, or some people would like me. I'm live streaming with XSplit, you know, or you needed something else to live stream on YouTube with. But from what I actually saw like this weekend, whether it was earlier today or yesterday, I saw that they actually have it down where you can just live stream right from, you know, your thing, and it can be your desktop or whatever. You can live stream. So I might actually try that, you know, one time. I may try that next time I do a live stream. Which will probably be Backlash. It probably would be Backlash. I don't know if there's anything else in the next coming months that I need to react to. You know, I'm gonna look at, you know, Paterno. I'm gonna look at the Under the Giant documentary. But all those, my reviews for those are going to be, you know, recorded and edited. So. Well, yeah, you know, Samoa Joe is healthy, and they had so many people who's going to be Samoa Joe, you know, who they had to be Braun Strowman's partner, right? They said it was going to be they were trying to get Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio tore his tricep or something, or he tore something. So they was thinking that maybe it might be him. They were trying to get him. There was talk about Elias and maybe being it. They were talking about maybe maybe something to talk about Samoa Joe, you know. But there was also rumors that Samoa Joe was going to feud with Roman Reigns after WrestleMania. So, you know, there was so many people, but he picked a kid out of the crowd. It was just, it's amazing. There's a lot of things. I can't wait for tomorrow's Raw for a number of reasons. I also can't wait to you know what? And you know what? There was some stuff about that too on Twitter. There were a lot of people thinking that maybe there was something from like a making where he had made a wish to get to become a WWE champion. There was some talk about, you know, there was stuff online about that, which you know, again, and you know, in that case, listen, in that case, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. And what what all that means is that, like, tomorrow they'll do something crazy and they will have the bar like Ether, you know, Braun Strowman, and then they'll pin Braun and they'll win the titles back. But they made the kid from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, you know, they gave him his wish and he won a championship. So it could be so many things, and it also could just be Vince has lost his cotton picking fucking mind. It could be that too. It really just could be that. So, I mean, there was just, so, yeah. And, you know, so last night, NXT TakeOver was incredible. It was incredible. I don't know if you watched it, Brian, but NXT TakeOver was incredible. 5 matches. There was just incredible drama throughout the night. Every match hit its point. We had a 4 3/4 star ladder match. We had like a 5.5 star heavyweight title match. And then we had that unsanctioned match that was 5 stars, and then the tag title match and the women's match were not bad either. They were pretty good matches themselves, you know, over 3 stars. So last night was excellent. And then you get started tonight, and we got the IC title match, and then we get the SmackDown women's match, and then the US title match is in. And then we have the Ronda Rousey match, and you're starting to think, wow, the people, you know, this is going to be one epic night, and it just completely went down here. Now, so now I have to look at it from the entire compass. The event in its entire compass. And listen, when you talk about 3 matches over 4 stars, and then you have a 3-star tag match. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 matches that were under 3 stars. And then you had the Cena Taker squash match. You know, I'm gonna say that this was underwhelming. I think that's the perfect way to describe WrestleMania 34. It was underwhelming. It really was, especially the way it ended. And listen, I'm not one of those guys again that says that one match can make a pay-per-view. You know, I'm not really one of those guys. I think you know, unless it's the greatest effing match ever, I don't know if it can make. I don't know if it can make a pay-per-view. And I also don't know if one match can break a pay-per-view. I don't think that is. And it definitely does not depend on who wins, on who or who loses if it makes a pay-per-view. I think you have to encompass the whole thing. And I just think that even though we had a great start, the first 3 out of the 4 matches were incredible. The fact that it just went downhill from after that, and then the fact that we didn't get the Roman Reigns victory that that at least in my mind should have happened. Again, I can't wait to for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. I can't wait to hear to what some of the people in the dirt sheet what they're gonna say. I'm sure they're gonna have some stuff tomorrow, some rumors tomorrow, and they're gonna have some of their opinions on their own. So we're gonna figure out why. We're gonna figure out if Brock Lesnar does have a new contract. We're gonna figure out why didn't they put over Roman Reigns. We're gonna have a lot of stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of that. But yeah, it was just it was totally underwhelming. It really was. So, and one really quick thing, one more quick thing before I get ready to get off. The length of this, this interview. I think, they are trying. I'm not sure why. No. Let me say this. I think I know why they're trying to make it 4 hours. It's probably a combination of 3 things. One, they're trying to get a lot of people onto the show. That's why you get probably a lot of these battle royals and these multi matches and things like that. So they're trying to get a lot of people, a WrestleMania payday. I think 2, they're trying to make it feel big. The big 4, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam are all 4 hours. So since those are the big 4, they need to be, they should mean more. And I would also agree with that. And then I think the third thing is that they are, this has to be with some type of money-making thing, right? This has to be something like that. This has to be something where, the reason they can make it 4 hours is so that they can make money off it, in some form or fashion. So, because money, cash rules everything around me, right? So, it's got to be money. So with those 3 things, I think it's got to be like that. Okay. So you NXT. We must. Yeah. There must be a delay. There must be a delay because you're talking about NXT. So yeah. So okay. But yeah. It is. So they really need to do something where I don't mind it being 4 hours, but they've got to do something where it needs to be just 4 hours. Because this went past 4. This actually went past 4 hours. It went into the 5-hour range. It started at 6, and I'm almost certain that it ended before the Reigns match started at 10:40 Chicago time. It started at 10:40 Chicago time. So yeah, I mean, they need to kind of, again, if you do 4 hours, that's fine, but it needs to be encased. Yeah, the Raw after WrestleMania. It's gonna be awesome. There's gonna be a whole bunch of There's gonna be a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. We're gonna get a lot of crazy chants. We're gonna get a lot of, craziness around, and we're gonna get some, might even get some beach balls. We're probably gonna get some prize returns. Well, not surprise. Well, maybe surprise returns. We're gonna get some new returns. Maybe even get some callers from NXT. So Raw is gonna be interesting. So will SmackDown. But yeah, I think, again, like I said earlier, WrestleMania 34 was underwhelming. All right. Hey Brian, thanks a lot for joining me tonight. Appreciate your comments, appreciate your opinions. I know that you are a subscriber. If you guys, anybody else, make sure you subscribe, hit that button. Post your comments down below. Tell me what else you guys felt about WrestleMania 34. Did you feel like it was also underwhelming? Did you also feel like that it was just, just like, again, something like that? So I know I saw some people, they did enjoy it. They thought that it was a good WrestleMania, and good for them. And again, I wouldn't say that maybe this was a bad WrestleMania. It wasn't, it just wasn't bad. But I would just say that it just wasn't, it didn't turn out the way it could have been. Especially when you get the way it started. The way it started to the way it ended, it just went, yeah. So, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, thanks Brian for coming on, watching and listening and commenting. Appreciate it. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, one more thing before I go. I had been saying that I was going to do a WrestleMania reaction video where I was going to record myself and record my reactions to everything that went down. But really, the only thing, is when stuff happens, it was something different, because someone had trusted someone to go down, and I would just be okay. And I wouldn't make a reaction. So I'm kind of wondering if I should even do that. So I still might do that, but that is the caveat. It may not be like really, really exciting. So whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. I am out.